we are. It said we were.
Well, we're live, but no picture.
Yeah, it doesn't have one. It doesn't. Coffee here. Let's see.
Oh, God, it's been going on
Well,
forever.
what in the world? Is camera not working?
Oh.
I guess it's not.
Like your job, Brent?
What's that?
Do you like your job?
Does anyone like your job?
Why?
Well,
Some better than others.
I got a couple of jobs that I do for free that I actually like a lot more.
Sure.
the reason I was asking.
Why is it not have-
What's that?
Captain at the fire department, he runs the pickup bar,
Oh, yeah.
and they
Mm,
need somebody down there. That's the reason
That's a good
I'm running
question.
for the fire department.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
For me,
For all of you out there, we are working on issues. The camera is not working, so give us just a moment.
That's what,
5 years, a third pension.
oh, cool.
If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be there. Just gotta suck up 4.5.
Webcam,
Good deal.
really public. Why is it not letting it's
Anyone
on?
knows anybody wants a job.
So what is taking?
Should go out and come back, maybe a reset or something. I
It
don't
was a
know.
well-paid run from what I remember him telling me. It was a well-paid run.
But if we do that, it ends the stream
He was supposed to run.
and we'd have
today,
to start it all over again.
after
We might have to anyways.
We had some other things to do. And so I wasn't gonna run today at all. And then we had to look at the body, so he's calling me going, I'll be there at 10:45.
Okay, is this us?
Yeah, that looks like us.
Yeah.
Part-time job. Got a full-time job. Well, my part-time ends up being, it's still part-time, but it's.
Hello.
I've never.
Hey, I can see the two girls in front of the screen.
It does show y'all. It's not showing us.
So it's not,
See them.
you can see us, but we can't,
We
pick it
can't
up
see
on
it on our
ours.
Okay.
screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
I see two girls in front of the screen.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
Go ahead and go. All right, thank you.
We don't need to see ourselves.
Okay.
No idea
It
what
is
that's about.
7:33, we'll call this meeting to order. We'll stand for the invitation and pledge.
Call it flash problem.
Father God, we just thank you for allowing us to get together this evening to try to do some business for this community, and hopefully with your lead and your will, we'll do the best we can to represent and to participate with making the community better. We thank you, we praise you in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am just going to adjust.
Okay, so, let's do roll call real quick, and I guess we'll start with Kathy.
Kathy O'Neill.
Elizabeth Osborne.
Pam Reed.
Red Myers.
James Shem.
Allison Bell, Zurich.
Any announcements? Biggest one I have is April 8th, the eclipse is coming. We went around and we gave flyers to all the businesses up and down 276 to make them aware of the eclipse and what they could expect with more people coming in, and some tips on safety during that time, and also about wearing the special kind of glasses. We also put on that about Keep West Tawakoni Beautiful is going to be doing a trash cleanup along the side of the road the Saturday before, and they need volunteers if anybody's available. Any other announcements?
The fire department will be all hands on deck.
I know.
Yeah.
I got that.
Everybody we've asked to come in, so we'll probably patrol some and everything.
There's a really Okay, so everybody knows the song Total Eclipse of the Heart. If you, if you find the right track, it's 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. The totality is supposed to be 4 minutes and 27 seconds long, so you can play the whole song during the viewing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then also for those that are not quite real local, Greenville is having a whole weekend full of festivities. They have live bands that are all free, and everybody's welcome to go there as well. They do have the vendors going to be there as well.
At the park in Greenville?
It's going to be just the whole downtown area.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were just talking in the last meeting I was in about their shirts at Tawakoni Marina. They're talking about how cute they are. They
Haven't seen
said they don't have any real large sizes. They've got several of the smaller ones, but probably like large, even up to large, but they said no 2X or 3X or anything like that.
I need to get a shirt.
They said they're really cute.
We have no citizens in the audience, so I guess we won't have any citizens input. We have no consent agenda for this particular meeting since it's a special meeting. All right, so we're going to head right on to old business. We're going to talk and possibly take action on the construction of 1300 Highway 276. So, James and Red, what do you come up with?
Well, actually, we have a few designs. Red, put a lot of time to come up with this design. What you see there, we'll just explain this, and then we'll go to page 2 and 3 and go through each one of those items to see if you agree or not. And we have had, 3 contractors walk through already. I don't have any prices, and I have one more to walk through, so we'll have 4 prices hopefully. So between Red and I, we had a few iterations. We sat down. He came to the golf course one day, sat down, and came up with this. So what this is that we have 3 offices along the east side of the building. Then on the end of that side, we have mechanical room, and I'll explain what's in it. And there's a little space there to talk about that. And there is a conference area. There's an ADA compliant restroom. And then we'll talk about all the rest of the stuff later if you.
Okay. Rep Myers. So yeah, James and I met, and the original walkthrough that EDC did, I wasn't there for because I was at work. And James handed me a layout of what they had decided. And looking at it, I had 2 concerns. One, that the rooms, that the offices, here's the thing. I didn't know what the use case was for the building. And that would be the first question I would always ask. What are we using it for? And or basically, any project, what are the requirements? And so this is what I know that the EDC had thought about on their own. I said, okay, but actually after talking to James and everything else and kind of tilting everything around, it actually fits pretty good to where you can put one large conference room or a conference table in there and have good walking distance. That's why I always want to plug furniture into this kind of stuff, because you really don't know until you start plugging in furniture. And the rooms look okay for what I would call corporate cubicle. Again, it all depends on their intended use, but they're 7.5 foot by 10 foot, and if you lay them sideways and open a door, they actually open up, and they got pretty good space in them. I mean, enough for 2 people to where I wouldn't feel too claustrophobic. The bathroom got redesigned to the disabled measurements per code.
Yep.
We added a mechanical room. Now on the mechanical room and that east side there, of course, my son and I went there, we took all the measurements, but that's, every time I've ever made a design, I've always done it off a non-existing building. When you remodel, it's like, I wonder where they're gonna take their measurements from. Because there was some concrete knocked out in this couple places. I wasn't exactly sure where they would start and end, but everything should be within 3 inches, I would imagine. They're not gonna be a wall off. But based upon what EDC gave me for the original layout, I plugged in the power, the lights, and that kind of stuff, the bathroom. But my one concern is that I have raised, and I raised both to James and to the band is, and again, I don't know what the use case is, but that building just being right in front of the park the way it is, and the way I've worked with other volunteer groups here in town, there always seems to be some kind of space needed to do things at times. And this wouldn't be, the original layout wouldn't be bad, but I had a second layout, maybe I just passed by, did you print out that other one? Because there's a lot of different ways you can lay it out. And first and foremost, I guess the first thing is, because I know there's 3 offices here, and Pam had mentioned we were using one possible storage, and I was also talking to Pam, it's like, well, what are we gonna use it for? Because in my mind, and again, I don't know the history or what the interactions with the public are or other agencies, but being this right in front of the park, I would want to leave as much open area for expandability as possible. Now, it's not the prettiest when you do that, but it is, engineering wise, it's the most useful and more multi-useful. And then I would also think about, if I was gonna have an office, I would want at least one office to where I can go in private, pull me, and maybe another EDC member, speaking with, I don't know, possibly 2 to 3 other people. That's anywhere between now 1 to 5 people, and say, I would prefer a larger room than that one. And so, and I remember also storage is a big deal. So I say if we kind of went down to 2 offices, split it up, and of course, all these sizes are interchangeable, right? But I was thinking one big office for privacy, professional use.
Come over this way so we can all see what's on it. Right. Yeah, no problem with that step for us to
And you know,
go around the computer.
and I can even make this room a little bit bigger, this a little bit smaller, there's a little bit of room to play with this. But this would also be that storage you talked about. So that way it'd be secure behind a locked door. You'd have all that.
This is an office
storage.
too?
This is an office too, but I call this one kind of like the assistant's office, I guess.
So this is the restaurant there?
This would be the restroom. Not laid out exactly.
Yeah.
It just went upon the size that you gave me. All
So-
that would have to do.
What if we put the bathroom here, office, and an office over there, and that left all that area clear?
Absolutely.
See if we can look at that.
But you'd also maybe wanna look at just like, not, of course, a full mini kitchen, but just an area for like a sink. And exactly, like a little nook for coffee pot,
Yeah, just the background.
right? Because if you're in an
I was
office
also
all day,
thinking
you're
that
gonna.
too. I was thinking probably
At least.
I was thinking along the machine.
You don't
was
wanna do
there.
it in the bathroom.
Say we use
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing. Well, and here's the thing. Once we decide where the walls go,
Mhm.
everything else is easy.
Right,
Okay, plugging in power.
This
I'm gonna
is
put a
true.
little table here for a coffee pot or even an offsite burner. All that's easy, especially when you're developing open space. But you really just kind of say, well, what size, well, what's our intended, well, first of all, always go, what's our use?
Okay, so we need one office that we can meet with investors if we need
Mhm.
to.
So just one
And-
office.
And we need a place to store records. And we need a handicap bathroom.
yes, and a front door.
And then
Actually, we got the front,
They can't get through the front door.
we got a front door here. Now, I was also told just for,
I think if we do something like this, we're gonna have to move the front door to the side instead of the other. I'm thinking that when we put in the parking lot and all that, we'll need the front door in front. I mean, on
Well,
the
you can
side.
turn the table the other way and put them on the
Mhm.
back wall.
So if we have offices, we could rent it out and make some money too, right?
Right,
Mhm.
So if we
That's
have 3 offices, we could probably rent out 2. We have some income coming in every month.
But is someone gonna want to share the office with us?
But these would be all individual offices, so they will have their own key.
An
You'll give them 2
insurance
keys,
person,
one for the
or
office, one for the main door.
We'd have to be able to secure our area, which is where we kept files.
right, and that's what he's saying, that one would be able to get behind a closed locked door.
But they,
But we also wanna be able to have meetings there where people can come. So that's the reason I'm thinking if we left that middle
Middle
part
Mhm.
open,
well, that's the thing too, because Originally, I thought this was the entrance,
Mhm.
but it also sounds like with the parking lot most likely here, that this will end up becoming the entrance.
That's what I think is probably gonna happen.
Are we going to have a lot of meetings? Or is it like once, twice a year, 3 times? How
Well, we
many
can have
times?
once a month, we can have
This
the,
meeting?
We've had
the
this meeting.
businesses,
We
this
had
meeting
this
and the
meeting.
business meeting for the
And-
businesses in the area.
We could have our meet and greet there.
Right. Well, the meet and greet.
One of the things we'd wanna do there, meet and greet. And
But if somebody rents something in there, they may not want to accommodate sharing all things with us.
And of course, keep in mind, this goes right to that spot to where you get that little open break and then that walk up to the whole back end area that we're still planning on
Right.
renting. I mean, we have
Okay.
talked
So
about
this
this,
doesn't encompass that area?
no,
No.
Oh, so there's a whole nother area.
There's a whole
Right.
other area. We're
This
gonna
is just the
I
lower,
haven't seen these.
this is just the lower.
Okay,
This is the lower portion.
Well, that'd be good.
So,
okay, so this, there's still a whole,
Yeah, so this is big enough to have the meet and greet and big enough to have.
so there's more
Everything we
office
need
space
there.
upstairs.
You know, or it's just more space out there.
this is, so this is basically that front half
Okay.
and that right there at that deck half. So all of that space, I don't got the measurements on this. I didn't measure that spot out there, but I'd
Okay,
say it's
but your
probably
blue
about
area is this.
70% of the other one.
Oh, so there's plenty of room still.
Yeah, it's about- it's
Put
about-
some offices in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well,
And we definitely are going
So
to
this
do
could be
that.
an end.
okay, yeah, that,
So this is 43
better.
feet.
Yeah.
By 22,
Yeah.
43 by 22. So this is gonna end up being 22 by, I didn't measure that
Almost
one,
about.
but I'm gonna say 32 to 35.
So you can have two fronts. You can have the front that faces the highway and then a front that faces the parking lot.
is there a way to make a separate entrance for like
They already
their
have,
entrance?
They,
and
they
their-
have a separate entrance here.
They already do,
They
They
okay,
already do.
okay. So they're not gonna be like, if we're not gonna be intruding on them.
and then, yeah, and then the plumbing's already right there
Okay,
on that spot. So what we're gonna have to make sure is when we do art that we leave plumbing open for that end.
so backside, yeah.
And then probably do some kind of copy on their mechanical room.
That makes a lot more sense now. Sorry, guys, I haven't been in there at all.
That's
So you can
all
see, I
right.
haven't peeked in there at all, so.
Oh, my son started screaming about spiders, like,
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
so I mean, yeah, so again, as far as the layout goes,
It just seems like this is all such wasted space right here. If
Right.
we leave the office here, and that one there, that would leave all this open, and that would be less wasted space over in the corner. It actually would be.
well, I'm just saying, what do we, I don't know why we came to the determination of 3 offices. I mean, is it a requirement for a reason?
No, it's no requirement
Just
for
kind
the
of a-
3 office. What, I think basically we were looking at the space and we said, oh, we could have 3 offices in
Yeah.
here if we wanted to,
It was just
Yeah.
a general.
because there was
thrown out.
plenty of
I mean,
room for
look
that.
where we are right now. This is more than 3 foot. And I noticed there's only 3 foot on one side of the table.
Right, and that's on the back end, and you can kind of play with those, move that table, and I did plug in the biggest conference table I could find, just to,
It was- So we would know.
yeah.
But is it possible?
Because you do want to have it, but she actually brought up the magic number. Because whenever I used to do, I used to do trade shows, so I used to design the layouts for the trade shows. And you always wanted at least a 3-foot space between any piece of furniture or wall. You know,
Yes.
it was like, I guess, a rule to cut off less than 3 feet. But we all know, but yeah, we got right there to 3.5, and the other side's 4.5. But you do want that extra space where doors are coming out.
Yeah.
We have, 3 officers, you get more rent.
Well, but there's still that other side that
Yeah.
you could put.
But he's thinking about a shared, he's thinking the other side is a building, as almost a separate unit. He's renting that out and then doing this more like a shared office Regis type thing.
Okay, so there would
I don't
still
know
be
how
the
that
whole
would work.
separate that's gonna be rented separately.
Yeah, somebody could have.
But these could be
Okay.
rented separately, we give them 2 keys.
Right.
So
Okay.
one for the main door and one for this.
Yeah.
Can you show us?
Yeah.
With the,
I would try to rent it before I did it.
Well, I think that's what they're talking about on the other side. We're not gonna do anything with that. We're gonna bring in a renter and then
And then
say,
let
how do
them
you
help
want it?
design what they're on.
But you see what I'm saying? To search out there and see if there's anybody that wants to rent, that just
I
doesn't
feel-
bring one.
I've already talked to 3 people that were looking for offices now
Okay,
in West Tawakoni.
okay.
But how big do they want?
Well, one of the fellows just wanted an office that he could go into and store some of his records in. So I think we'll find it. You know, everything that's gone up for rent around here that was halfway decent has rented out.
Yeah.
I don't
They
think we'll
need
have a
their own
problem.
outside door?
But if you have that main entrance into that side and then, or if
We
you
have-
had the main entrance and all the doors locked
We have two
with their own
entrances.
lockings, you know?
Yeah.
They can provide their own
Their own
locks.
locks.
Yeah.
And we have two entrances.
So we wouldn't even have to worry about having the key to that at all, except for just for emergency situations.
We could put a camera in there too, it's easy enough.
So I guess, well then, just, let's say this, I mean, do we have a desire or a need or a want or a requirement for having a large open space? Because again, when we went and looked at the other building in Woodland, I love the layout. Architecturally,
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah.
but you'd lose a lot of space.
Well, we would need for the business meet and greets and stuff like
Yeah,
that, that
that's
way
what
we're
we're
not
thinking about.
always
That's-
having to steal his property.
We want to have our own building for that.
Bye, Kathy.
Bye. We still have 4. Okay, so,
But I can go like this, make this a little bit bigger, make this a little smaller, and then put this to back. I never did get to your layout on this, because this is just kind of hypothetical.
but I think that would be better to
But it
have
was
the bathroom
But this is
here.
correct, the way he, this is correct, the layout and the size. And I wasn't sure on the doors, but it's either 3.5-foot doors for wheelchairs.
See, if you put the bathroom here and a bigger office here and an office in this corner,
I'm with you.
then you'd have all of this open,
Right,
you
and you
know.
can have the office.
So you say make this
bigger.
a rather large office, and then I can still do the,
You could even put hall here if you wanted to. That could be a break room
Or put where the little nook is for like the coffee and stuff.
for the coffee and stuff. If
I'll
you
just
wanted to.
temporarily go right
And
there.
then an
Say,
office right here.
That's an
right here.
office.
Yeah, say that was an office. Then you'd have that big open area to where we could have meet and greets and we could have all those other things.
Cause those were pretty successful, right? There was a lot of people who
Yeah.
came.
They were pretty good.
So there is one problem, you see, city comes in here. So if you put the meter there, we need to put the break, break.
Breaker.
No, you don't, you don't. That's just where they prefer to because it's cheaper. No, you just run the wire right here.
Yeah.
Right on the outside. Same with plumbing for that matter. Well, no, plumbing you really want to do, you don't want to break up concrete. So when it gets to that, then you're actually right, it'd be a reduced cost with the bathroom.
The bathroom is here, it'll be the cheapest.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we want the bathroom, sure.
Group this. Control. Stand that out. Oops.
Well, the other thing too is maybe we don't want the opening to the bathroom right into there.
Well, see if we actually had a little hallway right
Right,
here.
a little hallway right
You
there.
can hide it right there and then you
Just
can
turn
put
the
some.
ring around.
You just turn the ring around. So,
Oh, we can put the door like over here.
Up there.
for the bathroom, put the door
Right
here
Yeah.
into the hall.
What's the size of that room?
And then you can make your little,
So,
your little
I
coffee
don't know.
area.
The same?
You can put a
Same.
little
It's the one you
against
did.
this wall.
Yes, seven
Yeah.
point.
Put a, countertop there and make it like a little break nook. area on the
7
wall
4
right here,
by 6
or here, either one, back into the bathroom or here.
Yeah, just a little counter right here for the coffee area.
Yeah. Coffee, tea, or me.
7.4 by 6.6.
That's why we want a real mouse.
And that way also, with the added extra space in there, should any other committees or anything need to have an event or something that they need a room for, they could have that area.
Right.
That's what I
You
was
know,
kind
the
of
chamber
thinking.
rents their room out for,
Well-
I think, $50.
And correct me if I'm wrong
If they're
here,
not a member, 150.
Is that what it is?
Do they have-
I did it once, but I was thinking that.
Or should
I'm not
somebody
tapped
wanna
into all the
use it?
resources the city has, but it does seem like to me that every time that somebody finds out, oh, there's a good resource, everyone wants to use it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's kind of that
Mhm.
traction, beginning traction part too.
Yeah, that too.
So you-
So they got the opportunity for, should they want to have an indoor birthday party.
There's that too.
That way, if all the offices close off and separate from there, then that would
Cleanup deposit.
Mhm.
So I could take the machine room and actually probably put it right here too.
If you turned it,
So I was thinking, big match the bathroom.
Turn it sideways.
Much easier with
Just
a
think
real
that-
mouse.
that gets rid of that wasted space, maybe in this way. I'm a big one on, I don't like wasted space.
Yeah, I don't like to be.
That's where you always get the beauties in that wasted space though. That would work. Because that's 8 feet, that's the minimum we want to go anyways. But we could go like that quite easily because we're gonna end up moving the door, and that would actually give you that privacy towards the bathroom. Because that is kind of a weird thing. I had a hard time with the door in the bathroom because you don't really want it opening up to the open area where everyone's seeing you coming and going. If you have just one, and I know it's wasted space, but at least if we served it with 2 different doors, and it would be a small space, this little hallway right here, we put 2 doors in it, and that way you wouldn't feel like you're walking out into a big room out of the bathroom.
Right, right.
And now these aren't correct, but just for idea.
Looks good.
But this is, I mean, something like this is doable. Of course, I'll have to take this home and then actually lever it out to size. Make this a little bit, this is 3 feet. All right, so our hallway there is still over 3 feet, about 3 feet, 8 inches. Of course, taking 3 to 4 inches, give or take, because of where they measure from and how they build the walls. So we should be good there. And of course, this would
I
open
think
to
the
the
walls
side.
would take like 3.5, 7 inches from both sides, 3.5 inches from
From,
either
yeah,
side.
well, then if you start adding, then you got shared walls, but then you gotta add the total.
No, actually, I'm talking about the sheetrock around.
Right,
the
oh, because this is all cinder block.
building. So-
So we're gonna lose 7 inches on the inside total. But on one end, I was like going, oh, where are they gonna build? Because they had a bunch of broken brick and they didn't know if it was gonna be part of one room with an extra.
Patch, pretty easy.
Oh, this would be a very easy dream in Costa Rica. That's all they do is the cinder block. Which
So
always
are
scared
y'all
me.
actually gonna put up, other than the office walls,
Actually, no.
are the interior
Look
walls
at the
just
way
gonna
that one's
remain
working
the
out.
cinder block?
No.
Other than the office walls, or are you gonna put up over the cinder
We're
block?
going to
Over the center. over
sheetrock.
Okay.
Put
So that will be, we'll have to have 2x4s.
Insulation, so you're gonna frame it out completely on the
We'll have
inside.
to frame it out, put insulation.
Oh, that's another thing to keep in mind too, is these are only 8-foot ceilings. So
Right.
having too big an open space will actually get kind of weird because it's gonna be such a
A
low
drop
ceiling.
ceiling.
And then you're gonna be, you walk in, you have a big space, but a low ceiling, it just feels kind of weird. I'm actually liking this more.
Do we even need a door on this side then?
We have to have two
You gotta have
Right.
one
to get
fire
in and
exits.
out because of fire. But there would be a lot of people in there.
Yeah, because now we're gonna have all this, we're gonna turn it around, but that table will fit up nicely in between these two spots right here.
Right.
And that will actually kind of even make that a little bit more private, and that's really gonna open up that whole front end right there. Take a look. I gotta
I'm too
close.
short. Yeah, that's. And so what are these?
What's that? These are just chairs. I just
Okay.
had them there for space to kind of
Gotcha.
show. To
Oh,
get
that-
a, yeah,
Gotcha.
feel for it.
Yeah, that looks better.
Well, I think, well, I already know what Pam likes because it was her idea, so. So we ended up going with one big office, one smaller office, bathroom, mechanical room, and then doing the open layout, more like that.
Is that the chairs you were talking about?
Yeah, I just had that in there for how many people, and I actually have them pretty stacked, pretty close together.
You
And it's
could
pretty
turn the
cramped
whole
up.
thing this way, and they would be, you
Yeah,
could see it better that way.
that's
So
gonna
we
make a
had
lot of
the-
open area, and especially when you open up that front door, you're gonna walk into a great big open
Sure.
space.
I like Allison, we need space enough to have meet and greet or whatever we want to have like that.
And then I would say on the larger office, 5 people, 3 guests, 2 reps.
Yeah.
Whatever size fits that. The extra office is just a work office, somebody can go in and tap around and say, I want to close the door behind me.
Right.
And then I could also use this and put in the storage space in there.
Like a closet.
So that I would make one whole wall, just storage.
You could pull it more this way and make the storage to the back.
I can do the storage that way or on the sideways. They could probably be said someone have does the other.
If you made this office come down as long as the other office. I need to have plenty of room for some storage in here.
Yeah, put the storage on the back wall that way.
I'll use this as my storage.
Speaking of the storage that we're gonna be putting in there as far as files and everything, do we know where they're all at now?
I've got everything since I was made president at my house.
Okay,
And
but
secure spots.
before that,
Before that, no,
it's here somewhere, right?
it's insane.
We're gonna leave that open, we would need to leave this side open for a window anyways. Or we probably window in the front,
They popped it down here,
Yeah.
storage here.
and just
And
inside the
actually,
door.
and just actually had the, you could reach the storage from inside here.
Mhm.
Then it would be access to whoever wants the storage,
You want it this way?
Yeah, that way.
I would put storage up there where you had that and leave it that thin. Where you had it up there, instead of here, and put the door equal to this door here. You made the opposites
match.
equal and made the doors match.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I can make that just large enough. Now doors is always a big thing for me because I hate small doors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if we're
well,
going to
you'd have to
need
have them.
storage, we can put light storage in this office too, where we've got a place to lock things up in light storage.
Yeah.
Then they would all be equal. Uniform.
Oh, computer, I can do Control Z. Goodness. I'm at work sometimes like, where's the Control Z button?
The opening side.
Well, I can make them up in whatever way we can. Probably this one would be reversed. That's okay. I can, of course, we want to opening into a wall. I'm guessing just 3-foot doors for the offices and 3.5 for the entrances. I know, tempting to go 2.5 foot, but ouch. If you ever want to move anything in or out.
Yeah, we, so I guess what we'll need is a motion to change the plans to do this, or to submit this to the builders or something along that line that we can start working with.
I'll make a motion to amend the plans or the blueprints for the remodel of the building to provide to the contractor so we can get accurate quotes.
Second.
All in favor?
Well, then, I have one last question.
Yes, sir.
I'm totally good with this layout. In fact, I like it, especially with, kind of feel like there's a little bit of lost space right there.
But we'll put a stack, a little bar in there, and that'll even it all out.
And this is a 3-foot to inches. Yeah, you can even take, maybe if you're able to shave off a foot of this somewhere, or move the door over here a little bit, and we can,
Allison, who sent me
Elizabeth. Sorry, I got stuck.
Okay, so let me refresh my memory about,
The door.
with
I do have,
handicap accessible, with handicap accessible bathrooms, it doesn't matter which way the door goes in, but it has to have enough room to be able to get.
So it has to have a 5-foot radius. Turn,
yeah, so they can turn.
But this is one of the most efficient designs. We can incorporate that in there.
I did have one other thing, on the doors, the exterior door. I've seen several over the past couple of years that I've lived here, as I'm going out to the street and seeing people mowing, that those rocks are getting chunked at the doors and the doors are breaking. I've seen 3 so far in the past, actually this
Yes.
year alone. So I would suggest that maybe it not be a complete
Glass
Glass.
door.
Glass at the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, if we did the glass to maybe half and half or something, but 3 times I've been at the end of Maze Lane going to turn, and I've seen the Chambers building, the old Zenith building, and then one of the other buildings.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
That was good.
I like it too.
Can you make give you the dimensions and everything?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do the dimensions and the lights and the wall sockets and I'll do like I did this one for you. And of course, I'll put the room sizes and everything in there like that. But, so I think just as far as like walls and layout go, and I'll fiddle with this and the door sizes, make sure all match, put them offset to, they open in towards the wall. Of course, outside doors have to open out. We actually got another little storage closet there to take a little bit more space, machine room. This will end up being storage.
Got a few more things to ask, that way we don't have to have too many meetings.
Right, yeah. Yeah, let's get it done.
So the windows, we'll put little iron beam or something, so this way it doesn't start shifting
Mhm.
above the windows.
Yeah.
To distribute the weight. In the front or on this side, maybe you put a door and a window, right?
Well, I think the way this is shaped, we probably don't.
Front right here.
Mhm.
And then for this office, we're gonna want one window here and one window here.
Yeah, so there'll be one here, that is the door.
I would do, this one, I think you can probably do a glass door on this one, or more sunlight in.
Do just, she said, half glass.
Half
glass.
Half
Yeah.
glass, half.
Just let some sunlight in. I'll center 2 4-foot windows, or even 6 foot if you want. I'll center them here off the door. I'll get the measurement and get this existing door put into place. That way we won't have to redo that one. It's pretty close right now.
This is on this paper is the,
If you want to be these are 36-inch doors.
Oh, for the front doors, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this.
Well, these are
this is yours.
No.
That's the solid building.
Yeah, that's the slide building. And we love the way that looks on the other.
So
If
if you
we
want
could
36.
get something like that on our side entrance here, that would be really pretty.
But you need to
They
have
have
something that's attractive that faces the
We
house.
can do that in the
Right.
front, right in front of the building.
Right in front of the
Door,
building.
right?
You could still carry that, like that brick border that's on there. I thought that was really fun. The brick border, you could carry that around to the front side too.
Yeah.
That way it would still look decorative.
So one more time, let me just write it down so we don't.
The
I'm
brick,
wondering though,
Yeah.
like this
the
here,
overhang,
because if we're
we
having
might want
the
to get
side
rid
of
of
the
the
building
overhang
as the
on
actual
that
front,
side.
just carry this around in here
Just
too,
carry.
so that it still looks.
Both sides?
Yeah, not all sides, but at least that, those
sides?
two.
So what I'm thinking is, let's get rid of the awning that's over in the front of our building here, because it doesn't look really good anyway. And let's carry the brick border around here with the door here
Mhm.
and the window here. But let's do the awning thing
On the front.
on the
What
side
will be the
front,
front,
what
yeah.
will be the front.
But
So
you
there'll
won't-
be one in the front.
But you won't have frontage on the highway anymore. We won't be a highway frontage anymore.
Mhm.
If you carry this without the windows, just do what you're doing, but carry it all the way around, like a wraparound, the two
Mhm.
sides.
Those two sides.
Because you need two fronts. You
Right.
need the front of the highway
Mhm.
that's attractive, and then you need the front at the
Right.
parking lot if that's where you're gonna have them, if people enter.
Right.
Otherwise,
So
you
why
got
are
to-
we not doing?
Do we need
the
an
front
awning in the
like
front too,
that?
right?
We're gonna
We
do the
are.
side
As
as
the
the
front.
parking lot, is the main entrance door.
The
So
only
we'll
difference
do-
will be the windows, basically.
I mean,
And the
this
awning.
looks good if it was front facing the highway.
Yeah.
Cause we could.
I mean, you could technically just do the,
Yeah, do it both, or do a
yeah,
sidewalk.
you could technically just wrap everything around the
Right,
awning and
okay.
everything
You could, yeah, you could.
with the, because that would
I was-
actually be really, if you wanted to set little planters out there to put on the fronts and carry it around to the side.
I was thinking something with
Yeah.
flowers on that side, with facing the highway would be really nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
You do
I like
both
this.
sides.
Okay.
You need to have a presence. It's
So
awesome.
there'll be a
Mm-hmm.
attic access somewhere, we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's right.
No, that's okay, man, we can move those things around.
This is not
The
time.
flooring is wood laminates,
Yes,
is that good? Wood laminates?
yes, laminate floor.
Okay.
Right.
I
I,
would suggest the rubber backing, the waterproof.
yes,
That way,
that's,
if we do have like the birthday parties or just anything,
yeah.
meet and greets, something spills, we're not having to
What do they call that? Luxury vinyl?
luxury vinyl. It's
Luxury
really
vinyl.
not luxury as far
Luxury
as
vinyl?
like
Luxury
expensive, it's
vinyl,
just
yeah.
that's what they call it.
Yeah, luxury vinyl.
The waterproof vinyl is luxury vinyl.
That's what I wanna do my house in, if I have some money for, if I quit giving money to everybody.
Well,
Like have some money.
Let me just tell you, the only downside to that is if any, by any chance, and I just learned this with my last freeze, the water that was trying to freeze, even though I had a drip, I was dripping on the side of the garbage disposal, which is connected to my dishwasher. The dishwasher has a pressure valve, so when it was trying to freeze, instead of freezing, it pushed down and came out that pressure valve. It was able to get underneath the waterproof flooring, and that actually kind of traps it in there. So maybe in the area that we have running water areas, then maybe just leave the cement floor. You can put the little,
You can paint that concrete.
So the
Yeah.
restroom,
Paint the
you know?
concrete.
even in the restroom and in like where we're gonna have like the little sink or
Is
whatever.
that
It's in the
concrete
restaurant,
going
it's
to
only
get
in
the-
chipped up whenever they put the bathroom in?
Cement
So
floor
have
in the
to
restroom?
Yeah.
drill, so.
Yeah, because you can put the epoxy flooring. It's easy. It's not bad. Chad does epoxy flooring. It's not
Put a self-leveling
stinky.
concrete on top of it and then put that epoxy on top of that.
Right, and then, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
What else?
So we took this. So we need
Anything else on this?
Lights,
Lights?
can lights, LED can lights, is that good enough?
Yeah,
Huh?
can lights. Anything
The
else?
recess things.
Resist.
Anything else that we need to know on this, James?
HPA, the things that, just asked you a few things. And then diffusers would be something like this, you know.
Right.
Okay, just for looking at the paper, then, real quickly, sorry, we're gonna put a window on this side for this office, a window on the front of this office. We already have an existing 4-foot window back here. We have an existing 3-foot window right here. And then this large spot right here, I put a 4 or 5-foot window right here. This is where the garage door is currently at, so
Right.
that's all gonna be framed in anyways. And since we're only got
So this
really
is the main
3
entrance, right?
windows into the main spot, I would like to get a 5-foot window in this one.
Well, I would make it equal, but have both of them the same size.
Okay, well, I can either drop this one to 4 or extend this one to 5. We'll drop this one to 4. I hate redoing. I hate
What
wasting
is,
good
what is
stuff.
it on the other side?
This is a 3-foot window on this side, 4-foot window on this side. That's what's
This
existing.
match though, let's match the size.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make
Both
it bigger,
units need to
make
be
one
the
of them
same
bigger.
size.
yeah.
Little ones?
No, big ones.
Big ones.
Okay, but so take this one out.
Take this one out, put a big one.
So let's put 5. All right, 5-foot windows.
Five it is.
And we'll leave the 4-foot window in the back because it's brand new.
Right.
There's not a sticker on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Make it
How
big.
far down is that gonna go though, again, because of mowing and rock flinging
The windows are
situations?
little.
Oh, no,
They're up
they're
there,
already
okay.
It would be
I was just
like
wondering
this
if it was gonna
building.
be like this one, because those are pretty low.
Yeah, no, no.
Right, well,
Okay,
if
they're
you do it straight across, straight,
Oh, where the
make the windows
brick
shorter,
is?
and then it's just all even across there,
Yeah,
on both
that's,
sides.
yeah, I like that idea, the brick even
You can-
across it.
Right, brick,
Everybody's-
brick even across and have your window just,
Or you can bring the brick up a little bit higher, because I do like it how it has the little
See.
cutout, but
Instead of
Bring the
putting
brick up
window where
higher.
standard is.
so that the window can still be up higher, because you don't want to be
Yeah,
like
this
three
one's
sides
up
deep.
over. Like, it's not as high as it would be in your house.
Yeah, it should be
Normally it'd be up there. No, they're talking about actually going and lowering it, make it a little bit longer.
no, make it
Yeah.
shorter, make the windows shorter.
Oh, okay.
Make the
So
brick-
standard
Brick
houses.
higher.
Make it
brick
shorter.
higher.
Just a tiny bit,
Okay.
yeah,
Very good for the ground.
Yeah, just take whatever standard height it is.
maybe 2 bricks taller, that's it.
Yeah, the brick,
Yeah, just 2 bricks
Right,
higher,
because
that way it would still
it would
recess the
all go
window.
straight, yeah.
So that'll be like 3 foot from the ground.
Yeah, that should be,
And that way, when you mow it, it's gonna hit the brick and not the window.
right,
Okay.
hopefully.
Now,
So
according to the
the
photo,
awning-
just drop
The awning in the front. Now, should we do it all for the whole length?
Both sides.
No, no, just
Oh,
in the
the
front
whole
side,
length?
just the west side,
The one facing the street,
For
one
what?
facing the
parking lot.
parking lot.
parking lot.
Okay, the one facing the parking lot.
So in the front, the
I
awning
think
is,
just enough to cover the window and the door. I don't think it needs to be all the way across.
Oh, okay. Well, if that be the case, so, well, I'll tell you what, give me a distance and I'll center it on the door to where existing is, make it bigger, and then I'll center the windows off that.
We're talking about
The awning in the front, on
the
the,
awning.
on
The
the,
west-
I understand what you're saying.
So it's just,
You don't want to carry it all the way around?
no, it's just in the west side facing the parking lot.
Just keep
It
the
will be
rain out.
very, very expensive if we carried
The
it all
beams.
the way.
I do know a company.
So you can just make it as long as needed. So we'll cover both, both windows and the door, that's it.
Mhm.
And how deep should it be, or what's the width of it? 5,
Whatever
6
that
foot?
one was, that was perfect.
5, 6 foot.
Well, I'm saying at least enough to cover the 2 windows right there and the door. It's centered.
Okay.
I'll
So
get the
we'll-
measurements on that. This will be the awning.
So, and that maybe we'll make it like 6 foot wide
6 foot.
space, right?
Oh, we do just the door or to cover both
6 foot
windows?
wide awning, or the cement slab.
Okay, so you're talking about this part right here, 6 foot, and probably by about 15 foot.
Whatever that is.
And do the same thing on the front.
6 foot wide cement slab.
Okay.
So that's thin now. If we have, what's it called?
Elizabeth and I like it on the front.
What is it?
Well, I think you just should do both sides. Do the front. Do the front the same, exact same width as you do the side. And center everything to both.
So what she's saying is,
Instead of just having it wrap around, it would just be centered on.
Yeah, centered on the front. centered on the
yes, she
side.
wants that on the side
On this
facing the street too.
But she wants the awning?
Yeah,
But not a wraparound.
And they actually removed the one we have, right?
So we have
Maybe.
one, why not use it?
because it's really good.
You could use the framing though.
But you could use,
No, the framing is not that.
Is
It's
it
just-
not good?
It's just 2 feet, it's the
Oh.
metal.
Pretty rusty.
something like that to face the street too is what she's saying.
The front is just ugly right now.
Yeah.
But we'll make one, full width, it's only 22 feet, it's not like.
It needs to have a presence on the highway.
Oh, so you're talking about wrapping this around like that?
Well,
No.
Just centering it on both.
Just do the center,
sides.
keep it on.
And leaving that one where it is, and dressing it
We'll,
up?
we'll put another one where the existing one is.
Alright. So what I get again, so what we'll do is, I'm gonna find out the exact measurement of that door, make this a 4 foot, or a 5 foot window, make this a 5 foot window. Bring it in and I'll make it about the same size as this one. Put it right there and center it all off that so that it looks like that.
Right.
Okay.
Same thing as the highway.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that.
We'll draw it up, we'll get some pricing, we'll write it out, get some pricing.
You done?
I feel good about it.
okay, if everybody's in agreement with that, then I guess we'll,
There's one more thing though, I think if we have to make some slight adjustments, maybe just make one person responsible like you, little things. So we don't
I
have to have
thought we
another
already
meeting.
assigned that to you
GI.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on you guys.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Yeah.
I'm good now. My only concern originally
The
was,
majors, yeah.
was
So,
the,
little things, we
was the
say,
use.
hey, what are you doing?
I mean, you can't help
when I
that.
didn't hear a clear sign of what we intended to use this for, I was like, well, we're kind of putting the cart before the horse.
So we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got way more idea now of what they want.
Yeah, now we've got the horse and the cart.
Yes.
And this is actually a pretty good layout.
All right,
Yeah, that's
so
good.
let's, since we settled on that, let's go ahead and, we'll go into executive session to discuss some real property. Okay? Don't close the lid, just.
Yeah.
And we're going into the bathroom. The time is 8:44. We're returning to open session. No action was taken in our executive session. So, Chair will entertain a motion.
No citizens input.
Oh, we have no citizens here, I'm sorry. No citizens input because we have no citizens here.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Okay. See y'all later.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
I will have this layout done for you at the latest on Thursday.